Well, the A's are back in town, and they're set to open up the home portion of their 2022 schedule. The fans are excited. The players are excited, and so are we. It's the home opener from the Coliseum as the A's coming off a very good road trip. But I think they're looking forward to playing in front of the home fans, and they will do it tonight for the first time. It's the first of a 4-game series. It's the Oakland A's and the Baltimore Orioles, and it's coming up right here on NBC Sports California. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's baseball along with Dallas Braden. I'm Glenn Kuiper. Always lots of excitement with the home opener, and certainly this year is no different. We had to wait a little while, Dallas, a little bit longer than normal. A's usually open at home, on the road this year, but it's a different type of feeling this year because there's so many new players. They're excited to be here, and I think the fans are excited to see them, but the fans are also excited to get to know these guys, and that may take a little while.
It's going to take a little bit, Kite, but that's the beautiful thing about being here, being at home with everybody that you just spent 10+ days on the road with, is you got acquainted, and now you get to start those routines. You really get to settle in, and it's always great to get just to get excited about seeing and meeting your new fans.
And speaking of that road trip, it was a pretty good one. 3 good teams the A's squared off against. They finished 5-5, and now they will be home for a while. 13 of the next 15 will be played right here at the Coliseum. Let's check the game time weather for the home opener. It's brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Open daily for spring break. Buy your wristband online and save $10. 58 degrees. It's a typical Coliseum night. Still the month of April, so it's cool, and it will continue to cool off. A little bit breezy, but we're used to that this time of year here at the Coliseum, and kind of feels pretty good.
The town temperature.
That's right. So let's take a look at the starting lineup tonight for the visiting Baltimore Orioles. It starts with Cedric Mullins, terrific center fielder. Ryan Mountcastle's at first. Anthony Santander is your left fielder. Trey Mancini will DH. Rougned Odor, who's now with the Orioles, he'll play second base and hit fifth. Ramon Urias is the third baseman. Austin Hayes is in right. Anthony Bemboom is your catcher. And Jorge Mateo, a former A's farmhand, plays shortstop and bats ninth.
And they'll be taking on the big right-hander, Frankie Montas, making his third start. First one a little bumpy out in Philly, but he got it right back in Tampa. 6 1/3 strong innings, 6 strikeouts, just on 89 pitches. Kuiper looking to try to keep that train going here against a Baltimore Oriole team who's coming out of New York with a little spunk in them.
So here's the A's defense tonight, brought to you by your Bay Area GMC dealers. Kemp is in left. Pache's in center, Seth Brown's in right. Smith, Andrews, Noisy, and McKinney around the infield third to first, with Sean Murphy doing the catching. So Frankie Montas finished the warm-up tosses. He is set to go. And so are we. So it's good to be back home. It's good to be inside the Coliseum. And it's good to have baseball in Oakland. The first pitch up and away to Cedric Mullins. So we're underway. Mullins, Mountcastle, and Santander. Slowly bounce toward Noisy. He's got it, underhand flip. And that's the first out. There's your umpires tonight. I don't think that's Greg Gibson, though. That looks like Rob Drake. That's Greg Gibson, who is at second base, and Greg Gibson is the crew chief, so keep an eye on any issues that pop up. You usually go to the crew chief, and that would be Greg Gibson. So it's Rob Drake who's calling balls and strikes.
And Rob Drake might have top 3 hair across all of Major League Baseball's umpires.
Absolutely. So the first pitch to Ryan Mountcastle is a strike.
Well, I thought it was interesting. You saw Cedric Mullins show hands very early on. You got Kevin Smith playing deep.
Take Mountcastle with the big backswing. Got a little piece of Murph. He's all right. Easy for us to say.
Yeah, didn't feel much from up here, but yeah, right there on the forehead coming down.
0-2 to Mountcastle. Mountcastle at 278 with a homer and 3 RBIs to start the season. 10 hits, 36 at bats. Taps it foul. Count stays 1-2. Hit hard into the glove of Kevin Smith, who backhands it. A line out, and that is out number 2.
Heads up on the hot corner. Mountcastle just trying to pull the hands through. And he was able to get the barrel to it, but Kevin Smith hanging out down there.
So 2 away. Here's Anthony Santander. 269 with a home run for the Orioles left fielder.
Well, it's been Anthony Santander. It's been Santander.
Yeah,
he's made the adjustment.
I've heard them both.
He's made the adjustment.
Swing and a miss. 96 miles an hour. Quick 0-2. Frankie kicks and delivers. Foul left side, just up over the A's dugout.
Well, a little streak to pay attention to. Anthony Santander has reached base safely all 9 games to begin the season. So he's been a consistent presence on the base path.
Right side. That's Kevin Smith with the shift on. So Smith, the third baseman, over on the right side. He takes care of it. And that's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Frankie Montas. Up here it is. Tony Kemp's in left. Elvis Andrus at short. Sean Murphy is your catcher. Billy McKinney's at first. Christian Bethancourt is the DH. Followed by Seth Brown, Sheldon Noisy, Kevin Smith, and Christian Pache.
He'll be taking on right-hander Spencer Watkins, making his first career start against the Oakland A's, his second start of this season, and just his 12th career start overall, Kipe.
Orioles defense brought to you by your Bay Area GMC dealers. Santander, Mullins, Hayes in the outfield. Urias, Mateo, Odor, and Mountcastle on the infield, with Anthony Bemboob doing the catching. So Spencer Watkins, the 29-year-old right-hander, set to face the A's as Tony Kemp steps in. First pitch to Kemp. Just missed outside.
Yeah, Watkins' season debut against Milwaukee Brewers. 3 innings, 4 earned runs. Got through that on 57 total pitches. As I mentioned, he's a guy who's started before in the past, come out of the bullpen as well.
There's a strike to Tony Kemp. So the count 2-1.
You get a fastball, curveball, slider, changeup from the right-hander.
Did he go? No.
Well, he'll mess around with that fastball as well, trying to cut it at times. See from the side. I think he held up.
Yep. Elvis Andrus to follow, and then Murphy, top 3 in the A's order. And Kemp takes low. He walked in. So a leadoff walk for Tony Kemp. It was a busy day for the A's front office, and unfortunately it's COVID related. And the A's placed Lowry, Pinder, and Lou Trevino, also Puck and Kirby Snead, on the COVID-19 injured list. Remember, Piscotty's still on that, so that's an issue right now, folks. Added to the roster, Selman, left-handed reliever, and Nick Allen and Christian Lope. So a couple of infielders and a left-handed pitcher. So Mark Kotze and the Athletics dealing with COVID issues early in this season. So that's unfortunate. You think about your closer, you think about Lowry, who's close to being a regular. Pinder's a regular. Piscotty's a regular. Puck, Snead, two left-handers.
Guys that you're going to depend on.
All on the COVID-19 list.
Not fun.
That is not good.
Just going to make that plug-and-play approach of this Oakland Athletics staff that much more detailed. Yep. You're going to have to continue to do the homework. Not that that's something that ever wavers with this group, but you've really got to start to dive in and figure out where you can get these guys in the ball game and in a good position to succeed.
Quick throw. Kemp gets back. Well, you obviously, we've all been through this now for a couple years, but you hope that it's not part of the fabric anymore, but it is still, unfortunately.
Yep.
And we'll see it with other teams as the season goes on. Strike on the inside corner to Elvis. Straightaway defense for Elvis Andrus. Yep, not going. The ball's hit in the air toward right. That's Austin Hayes, who went over. Now he's got to come in, and he makes the catch. So that's the first out here in the bottom of the first.
Now batting, the catcher, number 12, Sean Murphy.
And here's Sean Murphy.
Well, I can tell you from experience, Kipe, it's going to be a little cool down there on the field level. But it looks like the flag's out in right field, blowing just a touch. So we'll see if that plays into the evening. Balls go up in that air, start to swirl around.
Murphy toward left center field. That's going to get down. Tony Kemp hits the bag at second. Mullins gets to it, gets it back in quickly. Kemp stops at third, and the A's are in business here in the bottom of the first. Second and third, one out.
Well, it's just more loud noise off the barrel of Sean Murphy. Gets that little slider cutter hybrid from Watkins. Just kind of spins up there at the top of the strike zone. Murph hammered it. First pitch. See Tony Kemp sees it down. Easy into third.
So Billy McKinney with the corner infielders in for the Orioles. Middle infielders are back, and the shift is on. Mateo Odor and the first baseman Mountcastle on the right side. Well, the A's have done a good job with their clutch hitting so far this year through the first 10 games. That .368 average with runners in scoring position. A little bit high, 1-2 the count.
Well, something else they've done is they've hit well, as you just highlighted, with runners in scoring position, but some selfless at bats as well. We've seen guys really focus, it feels like, on trying to punch a hole through a shift, and it has paid off here early.
1-2 pitch, and McKinney just got a piece of it. So the batting average with runners in scoring position is the best in the major leagues.
Yeah, and that doesn't happen without, you know, again, understanding the game situation. Find yourself behind an account, just trying to put together a productive at bat, productive out.
Grounded up the middle. Mateo's there. That'll get a run home as Tony Kent trots in to score. So Billy McKinney, knowing he had to absolutely put it in play, he did. He picks up his third RBI, and the A's have a 1-0 lead.
Well, look, you got guys on second and third, Kipe. Got the shift going, but all three individuals on the right side of the infield playing back. So for Billy McKinney, it's really as easy as just trying to put the ball in play to the right side. Don't swing and miss, and good things are going to happen for you.
So Murphy goes to third on the play, and here's Christian Bethancourt. Bethancourt getting a little playing time. He's here due to those players being on that COVID-19 list.
And something else we've taken note of here is Christian Bethancourt not afraid to go hunting a heater first pitch.
No. Very aggressive. So 0-2 the count. Bethancourt, a couple of starts in the Toronto series, one at first base and one as the designated hitter.
We've seen him behind the plate. Remember, we talked about it in Tampa. He was, you know, coming from the San Diego Padres. Time he spent over there in that organization, he was even on the mound.
That's right. He pitched for a little bit.
Well, Spencer Watkins and Mr. Bim Boom took note of the early aggression from Bethancourt and haven't thrown a fastball yet.
He's going back in right field. Now he stops on the warning track a step, and he makes the catch. So the A's get a run. The leadoff walk comes around to score. Second inning coming up. 1-0 A's.
Game number one, cage the birds. What do we mean? Frankie Montas, go to work. You got some boppers in the lineup, starting with Cedric Mullins, Trey Mancini. Try to do what you can to keep them at bay and in their cage. And secondly, cue the celebration. We need some cool in the gang, and how do we get that in our life? With a home opener W. Kite.
That's it. You know what? There's nothing better than jumping in your car after the game, knowing that you have just heard cool in the game.
Fan favorite.
First pitch to Trey Mancini is a little bit outside. 1-0 the A's lead. Mancini, Odor, and Urias here in the second inning.
Look, I know this Baltimore Oriole lineup might not have a ton of perceived threats. It's still a lineup full of big league ball players, but if you're going to circle individuals in this lineup that you don't want to have hurt you, should the game be on the line, this is who you can't let beat you. Trey Mancini right at the top of that list. Nice catch.
Mancini, no homers and an RBI so far this year. He'll get hot at some point. Mancini, a free agent at the end of this year. His name always seems to pop up in trade talks, and it'll happen again this year.
Sure will.
Big right-handed power hitter, and it's a leadoff walk. Third start for Frankie Montas. This is what he has thrown in the first two. It's our StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Splitter, slider, sinker, four-seamer. So the splitter is his most popular pitch in his first 2 starts. Are you surprised by that or not really?
Not at all. And define popular, Kipe, because the opposing dugout, if you were to run a poll, I don't know that many votes are getting cast for Frankie's splitter. They don't want to see that. They want no part of that. But very popular for Frankie Montas, disposing of the opposition.
Odor bounces one near second base. That's Smith with the shift on. He fields it, steps on the bag, throws to first, and that's a double play. So Kevin Smith, who, must I remind you, is the third baseman. But he's spending a lot of time near second base, and he was right there.
Well, watch the footwork here by Smitty. Sets himself up and understands when he gets that right foot extended, it's so that he can create leverage and push off of that right foot so he can then tag second with the left. As he does, use the bag to throw against and get enough on that throw to complete the double play.
So now the correct scoring on that is a 5-3 double play. Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. And I'm not writing
4-3, aren't you?
You are correct. I am.
You know what? I did too.
And I
put a line out.
Yep. 4-3 DP.
I don't know. I haven't figured out what to do with that yet. Still experimenting. The shift has just made scorekeeping just a little bit more difficult. 1-2 the count to Ramon Urias, the third baseman. Urias stays alive. Murphy wants it down and away. And it was moving down enough to get a swinging strikeout of Ramon Urias. So the double play helps Frankie, finishes it with a strikeout.
Predict who will dominate the 2022 season, and you could win $100,000 worth of Bitcoin or cash with MLB Season Pick'em, presented by FTX. View rules and enter at MLB.com/season pick'em.
Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 the A's lead. It'll be Brown, Noisy, and Kevin Smith against Spencer Watkins. So the A's 5-5 on the year. They outscored their opponents 53-43 in that season opening road trip. Slowly hit. That's Mateo with the shift, and he throws him out.
Well, he's broke out against Tampa, right? 13 runs.
That's right.
Always good to see. And I think it's important, especially for a lineup who, as we've talked about and will continue to talk about, is kind of getting used to each other. And I know folks might be thinking, well, how do you get used to each other in a lineup offensively? You know, I can see you trying to feel each other out defensively, where a guy ranges to the left and right and just getting accustomed to that. But through a lineup, you really start to get a feel for the guy hitting ahead of you, how he's taking pitches, how he's working in at bat, and you know what the guy behind you is capable of. And you know if you've got the guy behind you who more times than not can be aggressive, maybe that's where you decide that you're going to start to pick a few pitches out, maybe work a solid at bat, get yourself on first base. The guy behind you takes advantage of an early mistake, maybe hunts a heater, a la Christian Bethancourt.
Well, on top of that, Marcotte still searching for a lineup, finding the right spot for guys.
Yeah.
He was happy last night. We were just happy to be on the way home.
Yeah.
But with the performance of his team. He said before the game today, as difficult as it was to open on the road and not coming back here at all from Arizona, but he thought it was real good for the team.
Well,
maybe drew them close together.
Yeah.
Sooner than it would have if you would have opened at home.
And I love that. And you know what that is talking right there? That's just it's a former ball player who understands the value of coming together and getting on the same page, and knows that the sooner that happens, the better.
So you're a believer in, if you're in a situation like the A's are with a lot of new players, but really any team, you're always going to have some new players. You could possibly gel quicker just as a group being on the road for a while as opposed to being at home.
Kipe, I'm no Walter White, but I am big into chemistry.
No, you are not. You are not Walter White.
But it absolutely matters. It really does. And it can be as simple sometimes as, look, you're not at home, and typically after a ball game at home, you know, guys shower, grab something to eat, and then they're gone. And they get home to their families or whatever it is. Well, when you're on the road, you got nowhere to go but stare at a hotel room.
And you're on the bus together.
That's it, right? Early work, and there's just so much that happens. I mean, meals after the game.
So Noisy, good battle at bat, and he takes the walk. The pitch just a touch high. So 1 out base runner. Second walk issued by Spencer Watkins. And here's Kevin Smith. Road trip started slow for Smith, but he started to swing the bat better as the trip went on, and it was 4 for 9 in the series in Toronto. Hits this one high in the air toward right, and Hayes is underneath it, and he's got it for the second out.
Yeah, you know, I think for Smitty it was really a couple cues, quality and quantity. The quantity of contact started to increase, and the quality of contact also started to increase.
So here's Christian Pache, gets a nice round of applause as A's fans are well aware of what certainly looks like a very, very bright future for this young man. 8 hits, 34 at bats for Pache. Had a little bit of a quiet series in Toronto. He was 1 for 11, but the 1 hit was a game winner.
Big one.
So if you only get 1 hit in the series, make it count, and boy, did he ever. We think it was the biggest hit of the year so far. 2-run homer in the top of the 9th. Get the A's the win on Saturday. Rolls this one to a Rougned Odor, who flips to Mateo, who hustles to the bag, and that will do it. We are through 2. Opening night in Oakland. 1-0 A's. The T-Mobile coverage cam in Dallas. This is exciting for us and for the crew. This is a new camera this year. It's a robotic camera right behind home plate. That's the shot that it's giving us, and this is a shot that we have never had before. So the robotic camera looking at us.
There it is.
That's a new toy for our great crew, and that's the look it gives us. So that's pretty good. Robotic camera short, we call it the RoboCam in TV talk. That's the other RoboCam we have. That is right down the right field line. There it is.
They're taking over.
Good breaking ball there from Frankie Montas. The count 0-2 to Austin Hayes. The bottom 3 in the order for the Orioles. Hayes, Bemboom, and Mateo. Pache's right there. He says, I got it. And he does. So 1 away. And here's Anthony Bemboom. The Orioles come in with a 3-6 record, and this is the start of a 10-game road trip for them. They will leave Oakland after the 4-game series concludes on Thursday. They will go down to Anaheim for 3 and then head back east to Yankee Stadium. So that is how the 10-game road trip looks for the Orioles. Remember, they opened the season getting swept by the Rays, so they were a little down about that, but a little bit better lately. In fact, they're coming off a weekend where they won 2 out of 3 from the Yankees in Baltimore. They're not scoring a lot of runs. They only scored 9 runs in that series against the Yankees over the weekend, but their pitching has been pretty good.
Well, and that's where I think this Orioles team thinks that if they're going to have a chance, or if they're going to be playing good baseball at any point in time throughout this season into the summer, it's going to be because of what unfolds for them on the mound. And their bullpen has been fantastic in the early part of the season here. So you're just trying to put it together, starting staff, quality outing, turn it over to a bullpen who's got some arms down there to be excited about. And from there, you feel like you should be able to put together a few wins here and there.
A little bit outside. The Orioles as a group have scored just 21 runs in their 9 games. That's the fewest in the American League, and they've only hit 4 home runs. That's the fewest in the American League. So they're just trying to get that offense going. So the pitching's been good, offense not there yet. Inside. In fact, they showed you the A's numbers with runners in scoring position, which is the best in baseball. Exact opposite for the Orioles. They're hitting 116. That's 116 with runners in scoring position.
That will not get it done.
No. So overall, 3-6 on the year. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Came right at him, 96 miles an hour. Second strikeout for Montas.
We go back to that fastball. Bemboom spit on a pretty good splitter down and away earlier in the at bat. So what's Frankie Montas decide to do? Well, step on the gas pedal, heat him up. 97 elevated. And Bemboom, it was by you.
Here's Jorge Mateo. Very fast. Elvis knows it. Quick throw to first, and a quick inning for Frankie Montas. This is not right. It's not right.
A's fans, get to the Coliseum for our first weekend series at home against the Texas Rangers. The Rangers are going to roll into the town for a 3-game set, and that's going to start Friday, April 22nd through April 24th, taking on our Oakland A's. So scan the QR code to find your seats, or visit athletics.com/tickets.
Hey, that's this weekend.
That's this weekend coming up.
Look at that hat. Look at that hat. Or that's a vest, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Awesome. His buddy's crushing that food.
That stands less than 0 chance. In between pitches, we can go back. Gone.
Oh, yeah. 2 pitches to Kemp, and the hot dog's gone. Odor throws out Kemp, who goes after the first pitch. It's really not fair on our part to catch people eating food in the stands, because listen, I mean, if the camera was on me while I was eating, it would probably be ugly. Probably would not be a pretty sight. You've seen me eat a slice of pizza. It's like,
I have. It's come from a place of jealousy, though.
True. Here's Elvis Andrus, who hit a fly ball to right field in the first. 1-0 the A's lead. Got their run in the first. Kemp walked. Murphy doubled. McKinney with a ground out. 1-0. Elvis got his first day off from the starting lineup yesterday. Ben's out of the way of that one, and it's a strike. 2-1 the count.
Not something that Elvis is typically a fan of. But he found his way into that ball game.
Yes, he did. 14th season in the big leagues for Elvis Andrus. Not just any 14th season. I mean, he has been an everyday shortstop. Everyday shortstop all 14 years. Odor is going to grab that one for the second out. Think about a guy like Elvis Andrus. Man, he's played a lot of baseball, hasn't he?
Well, he's done it at an elite level.
Yeah, and he does not got hurt a lot.
And I mean, to play the way he has and the position he has, because we understand the premium that is placed on shortstop and what that means to your infield, really what that means to your clubhouse.
Murphy skies one to shallow right, and that is a quick inning for Spencer Watkins. On to the fourth. A's 1, Orioles nothing.
Sports California is brought to you by WebEx. The future of work is hybrid. WebEx by Cisco.
Rickey Henderson Field here at the Coliseum. Looks great as always. And we're excited to be back. 1-0 the A's lead, top of the fourth inning.
Well, that's something that I make sure to do during the offseason, is keep tabs on Clay Wood and the crew out here, making sure that this diamond is in the best possible shape it can be in. And they never, ever fail. Never let us down, Kite. But
nope.
I think it goes without saying, it looks magnificent.
We knew it would. No pun intended. There's Clay. Down and in, and the count 2-0 to Cedric Mullins, the leadoff man. Montas has faced the minimum through the first 3 innings. He got a double play that helped him.
I was going to say, this is another guy that, when you're looking at this lineup, guys that have the ability to hurt you. Cedric Mullins.
Cedric Mullins has become one of the better players in the American League. Bounce toward third. Smith was playing in on the grass. He's got it. So 1 away. Some numbers for Frankie Montas, the first 2 starts. What is the opponent hitting against the fastball? Pretty high. Usage 42%, velocity at 95. Against the off-speed pitch, which is your slider, your splitter, they're not hitting anything. And he's using it 34% of the time. So when I asked you, are you surprised that he's throwing the splitter that much? Maybe that's why. Maybe he just hasn't quite found the fastball yet, or maybe the fastball location.
Well, that's it. And you find yourself behind in the count. What do you go back to? Typically the fastball, especially if you've got a high octane one like Frankie does. But that number 450, so they're 9 for 20 on the fastball. I know that number really kind of jumps out at you initially, but that's going to go down. But early on, it can typically be a way that you start to, I don't want to say get exposed, but the way that you start to get touched up a little is just errant fastballs that you're throwing, trying to get back into a count, trying not to nibble.
Off the end of the bat, Pache coming in, and he makes the catch. Mountcastle's retired. There's that great jump by Christian Pache.
Well, it really feels like Christian Pache has got much better reception than everybody else. Like, we're on a little bit of a delay, and he already knows where the ball is heading right before contact is made, because some of the jumps we've seen him get already this season have been nothing short of remarkable.
Yeah, we have not seen him, take a step back first and then come in, or vice versa. Haven't seen that.
No, he's got a great feel and a great ability to read the swing.
Outside corner strike. One more to Santander. Santander is a switch hitter. Fouls that one back. He's 27 years old. Had a pretty good season last year. 18 home runs in 110 games. Knocked in 50. Lost some time due to injury.
I think that's kind of been the bugaboo. Get him healthy, get him some regular time, and see if he can't start to produce.
He had 20 home runs in 2019. He did that in 93 games. Murphy coming over, but it looks like it's going to drop into the seats, and it does, just behind the Orioles dugout. So 2-2 the count. 45 pitches for Frankie Montas. He threw 92 in his first start in Philadelphia, 89 in his last start, which was Wednesday against the Rays. A little flare down the third base line, and it is just foul. Couple of feet foul. Tony Kemp tosses it back into the seats.
Very close. Just trying to hang in there and fight it off. Little fillet job. See Santander checking the bat and shaking his hand. It's another cool night here in the Bay. Catch that off the handle, or you catch that off the end of the bat. Feel that reverb all the way down into your hands. Feels like you just stuck your hand inside of a beehive.
You know all about beehives.
And it ain't fun. Not if you don't have gloves on.
Swing. You're gonna miss. Struck him out. Nasty splitter. 3 strikeouts for Frankie Montas. He's been great so far. Bottom of the 4th coming up from the Coliseum. Home opener. 1-0 A's. Ceremony as we look back at our friend Ray Fosse, who unfortunately we lost last fall. That's the patch the A's will be wearing on their home uniforms all season long. So the A's doing a wonderful job honoring our good friend Ray Fosse. We're going to miss him every game, but maybe more so tonight because this was like his second home. He just loved being at the Coliseum.
Yeah, his second home, and really his Christmas.
He just
opener at home. I mean,
oh man, he just wanted to be at the ballpark.
Well, I think what's been nice, Kipe, is all of the respect being paid to see signs and pictures all over the Coliseum, but the conversations stopping with fans along the way on the concourse, and while we were at lunch, a couple fans stopped by and just shared their thoughts and their appreciation for Ray, which is always nice to hear.
It sure is. See the name, the microphone, and then kind of in the background, the mask.
Yeah. Very nicely done.
Yep. Looks great. Count stays 1-2 to Billy McKinney. There's a nice close-up look so you can see the catcher's mask, the microphone, and of course the name. Lots of Fosse jerseys today at the ballpark. Taken by McKinney.
Well, it's not going to be just tonight.
No,
that we remember
not.
and appreciate and show our love for our man Fosse. It's going to be a year-long celebration here at the Coliseum and for us across baseball, because Ray had so many good friends, not only here at the Coliseum, but other ballparks. McKinney down on strikes.
And that's the first strikeout for Spencer Watkins.
Well, they've continued to attack this spot on Billy McKinney here, these first 2 at bats. And to a left-hander, it's looking good, working its way down and in until it eventually just bottoms out, and you don't have enough bat left to get to it. That's kind of where Billy McKinney found himself.
So 1 away for Bethancourt. So the A's, the last team to have their home opener. The A's and the Astros opening up tonight. Home with, of course, the Astros starting a little bit before the A's, so the A's were indeed the last team to have their home opener. Astros leading the Angels 5-3 down in Houston. That game in the bottom of the 7th inning. Renzen and Garcia were the starters in that game. Angels starting to play a little bit better, although losing in that one, but just won 3 out of 4 in Texas.
Yeah.
Angels with a 6-4 record overall. The Astros 5-4. On the ground to third, scooped up by Urias. So out number 2. Mike Trout not in the lineup tonight for the Angels. He got hit in the hand yesterday, and that was a huge scare for the Angels, but no broken bones, very sore.
Well, that's good to hear.
So he'll be in there as soon as he can.
You know, I understand that A's fans, look, we love our green and gold. But I think baseball fans in general, Mike Trout, just one of those names, one of those players that if they're not in the game or they're not healthy, it just feels like baseball is being cheated.
No question. Odor, shallow right. And that is 8 in a row retired by Spencer Watkins on a night when we can't help but think about the big fella.
A's Flex Ticks are on sale right now. Flex Ticks plans for the 2022 season are available in plans with 20, 30, or 40 vouchers. Flex Ticks can be redeemed for any available game this season, so get your ticket vouchers at athletics.com/flexticks. That's athletics.com/flexticks.
Little party atmosphere tonight at the Coliseum.
It's the opener, Kipe.
You know what I would imagine? Treehouse jumping.
Popping? Probably.
Kind of the place to be. There it is.
Oh, yeah. The folks outside on the rail. Curled up around the bar inside.
1-2 to Trey Mancini, the cleanup hitter.
Checking out the score of the Dubs game.
That's right. Warriors playing. It's a home game, right?
It
Across
is.
the bay. Down toward the far end of the A's dugout. Is that Manny full of hustle again this year?
Standard stuff.
Yep.
Just picking up right where he left off.
Bringing it every year. Good pitch. Mancini kind of waved at it. Fourth strikeout for Frankie Montas.
Okay, you see some guys just take some extremely awkward swings. I mean, this is about as bad as Mancini can look. And it's not because he's not a good hitter. It's because the deception from Frankie Montas is that good. And it all starts with them having to guard against that fastball.
Here's Rougned Odor. Odor hit into a double play. First at bat, that came in the second inning. Odor was a free agent, and he signed with the Orioles. Figured he may have a chance to play. Odor last year got a decent amount of playing time with the Yankees. Played 102 games, hit 15 home runs, but the batting average again just .202.
Yeah, it's
been a strange career for Rougned Odor.
You know, Kipe, I was just going to say early on with some regular at bats, there were some flashes of bat to ball skill, right? Average up over 260, around the 270, 275 neighborhood. But then you started to see some decline, some swing and miss. And the power has been there. We're talking about a guy who's got the ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark 25, 30 times. But with the combination of the swing and miss and the lack of being able to put the ball in play with regularity, we've seen that decline in average. And I know that can be an antiquated statistic for a lot of folks these days, but it still serves a purpose. It's tough to have a good batting average if you can't put the ball in play.
Full count to Odor with Urias in the on-deck circle. Just got a piece of it. It was 2016 when Rougned Odor really fully arrived on the scene, and man, he was good. 271 that year. He hit 33 home runs, knocked in 88, had 33 doubles, and it was right after that the Rangers gave him a 6-year contract.
Well, I mean, I feel like the year before he played well.
Yep. And that hit him. So Odor is going to be aboard.
Now batting, number 29, Ramon.
Let's take another look. What? Missed him, just ball 4, I think.
I thought it hit him too, but you're right. I think it.
Well, with that jersey flapping out there, you know, there's times the ball end up catching that bloused out top.
So that's just the second base runner for the Orioles. But getting back to Odor, Dallas, that contract that he signed after just a couple of years in the big leagues, I want to say it was 6 years, maybe 48, 49 million. This is the last year of that deal. Rangers are still paying him.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that one team paid a player to play against him or play for another club.
It does happen occasionally.
But I think those 2 years, because there was, you know, if I'm thinking correct, there was steady progression from Odor, which is kind of what, I don't want to say put him on the map, but you just saw him getting better.
Yeah, his first 3 years, good, better, and then the 33 home run season.
You're watching it all kind of come together.
But then after that, it just started to kind of go the other way, which is very strange. 0-2 pitch, and that's a swing and a miss by Arias. Or is it a foul ball? I'm not sure what Arias is doing. I don't know what he's. I mean,
he's
going 3 strikes, right?
He's going the long way. Not much that he's excited about right now. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Frankie Montas threw him the split. Murph, that's twice now he's worn one on the backswing. And you know,
2 outs.
At some point in time, somebody's got to say something. You're trying to take care of your backstop back there, and I get it, guys have a little longer finishes and this and that, but it's just a tough pill to swallow to watch your backstop get beat up like that.
Twice tonight. Austin Hayes is the hitter.
You know, if Floss was here, I'd be telling him to quit his complaining. He's the one who chose to wear all that gear.
Check swing and no swing.
Let's take a look from the side here. Mr. Hayes. I think he held it.
Hayes was a regular last year for the Orioles. 22 home runs, 26 doubles, and a .256 average. So he got his opportunity, and he ran with it. Mighty swing and a miss. So he went after it on 2-0.
Well, you can see Frankie trying to slow the game down a bit right now. Got behind in the count, 2-0. You don't just want to ease a fastball in there and hope for the best. You got to execute.
And he chased 2-2. Now the stuff is good tonight for Frankie Montas.
Oh, it has been.
And the thing, Dallas, is we've seen better velocity from Frankie Montas in games, but he's using all 4 pitches. And his fastball 95, 96 tonight. We've seen him get up to 98.
Well, some of the swings, Kai, I mean, the misses are just egregious.
Yep. 2-2 pitch, and he tried to split her. Give Hayes some credit. He did not go after it. So the count is full. Odor will be off and running at first base. It looks like McKinney's going to hold him on.
And sometimes you can fall victim to the nastiness that you're featuring. Sometimes guys just can't make a decision to swing because it's that gross.
Odor goes, and the ball's hit foul right side. We see the 4-seamers at 93.
Well, look, he fell behind in the count early on, first 2 heaters. Got back into the count with that fastball 2-0. Then got the swing and miss on the slider. 3-2 here, see if they try to split him.
Ball's driven to right. Coming in is Brown. Brown dives, kicks off his glove. Picked up by Pache. They're waving Odor home. And Odor is going to score. This game's tied at 1. With the count 3-2 and 2 outs, Odor was off on the pitch, and that's why he was able to come around and score.
Yeah, Odor running on the pitch is, you're absolutely right, what allows him to come around. But Hayes had taken some good swings on some fastballs away, and Seth Brown kind of having a feel for what's going on. Lays out, does everything he can, try to make the play, but again, Odor going to come around and score easily.
So it's an RBI double for Austin Hayes to tie up the game. Here's Anthony Bemboom. That is also the first hit for the Orioles.
Yep.
Noisey's got it on to first, and that will do it for the Orioles. They get a run. So it's 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Credit Union is back for its 15th year. Go to NBCSportsCalifornia.com/AST to check out Jessica Holman's profile from Rancho Cotati High School, as well as the other finalists. And make sure you vote for your all-star teacher. The winner receives $20,000 for their school. Vote now. So it's a 1-1 game, and it is the bottom of the 5th inning. We've been talking a lot about how good Frankie Montas has been, for good reason, but how about Spencer Watkins? Kind of quietly doing a heck of a job. He only has 1 strikeout. He's walked a couple. He's only allowed 1 hit.
Tired of the last 6 he's faced.
10 starts last year for Spencer Watkins. Numbers were not great. 2-7. 10 starts, 16 appearances total in 2021. Noisy out in front. Noisy walked in the 2nd. He is the last base runner for the A's. Born in Phoenix, Arizona, Western Oregon University. Up the middle, and that's a base hit for Sheldon Noisy. Hit number 2 for the A's, and it's a leadoff single.
Well, wouldn't you know it? Sheldon Noisy, once again, just a very simple approach. Now, I really enjoy watching Noisy at the plate. I think for that reason, just because of some of the selflessness we've seen in his at-bats. But it feels like he's got a game plan. He's got a pretty good idea of how he's going to be able to have success against the guys he's facing.
First pitch to Kevin Smith. Close, but a little outside. Smith, a fly ball to right field in the 2nd. Smith 5 hits in his last 13 at bats. Missed that one by a lot.
Well, for Spencer Watkins, this is a count that he's going to have to continue to have success in. Not only in 1-1 counts, but converting the 1-1 count. Things get very, very hairy when it's 2-1 for Spencer Watkins. Opponents hitting 412, okay, as opposed to 281 in 1-2 counts.
And that pitch close, but a ball. Christian Pache is your on-deck hitter.
And we've seen a cutter tonight from Spencer Watkins. Just some baby movement, if you will, away to a righty, but an important pitch and possibly an important pitch in counts like this, trying to avoid that fastball ambush behind in the count.
Took a little off, and now it's 2-2.
Kept it away. Change up, down and out.
Toward left center. Santana gets over there and he makes the catch. Well struck ball by Kevin Smith. And here's Pache. Astros have added a couple of runs. They now lead 7-3 over the Angels. That game in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Maybe a little surprising to see that changeup from Spencer Watkins. He only threw 4 in his outing against the Brewers. Again, he only went 3 innings against the Brew Crew, but
Pache drives one foul. Right side, well back into the seats.
And that changeup to Kevin Smith, just the second one of the ball game.
Huh. They are starting to move around now out in that Orioles bullpen.
Double barrel action.
Kribbiel and Aiken. Pache watches that one sit inside.
Looking at the numbers so far this season, you're getting a fastball here 71% of the time out of Spencer Watkins. 1-1 count. Let's see if Pache's thinking the same thing.
Runner goes, and Pache rolls it foul into the A's dugout. So Noisy was on the move.
Well, now right there, 1-1 changeup. And we talk a lot about scouting reports and making sure that you have as much information that you desire or that's available. But it's all about information being relative. What does it mean right now? What's a guy doing in his last 2 starts?
One-two pitch is hit in the air, right center field. Hayes is over there, and he makes the catch. Fires it back toward first, so Noisy has to get back. Seemed like that ball just kind of hung up there,
didn't it?
Gave Austin Hayes a chance to run underneath it.
We might have caught this just a little closer to the end of the bat. Looks that way. And that thick, cool night air here in the Bay. Tough to drive anything through it.
So with 2 outs, Noisy still at first after the leadoff single, and here's Tony Kemp. Quick throw to first, and Noisy's just a hustle back.
Bembo looking to see if he can catch Noisy sleeping over there.
It's like catchers did that. They kind of hide behind that left-handed hitter a little bit.
Huh?
2-0 now to Kemp, who has walked and scored and grounded out.
What do you think about guys like Pudge Rodriguez? See it a lot with him, Yachty as well. Sometimes you see it with Salvador Perez, but those pitches that do end up coming inside to a left-hander almost just take those guys into a beautiful throwing motion, trying to backpick that runner over there at first base. And you do see it with 2 outs. Guys just kind of get a little lazy in their secondary.
In for a strike to Kemp.
There it is, that cutter. 2-0, 2-1, staying away from that fastball ambush.
Yeah, a big curve drops in, so now it's 2-2.
Mr. Watkins says, I'm not giving in. Not going to happen.
Looks like Dallas, the Orioles, not 100% sure of this, but it looks like they're using the pitch count.
They are. Yep. Well, this is where the conversation has really kind of spiced up a little with PitchCom. Is if you're not getting the correct pitch or the pitch that you want, how do we get there via PitchCom without having to put the fingers down? And that can be tough.
Mateo has it right at second base, steps on the bag, and that will do it. Leadoff single for Sheldon Noisy, nothing else for the A's. 6th inning coming up. Hey A's fans, turn 2 and join the millions who are already saving by adding Xfinity Mobile to their internet. It's an unbeatable connection only from Xfinity. 5 strikeouts for Frankie Montas so far tonight.
Well, you run that fastball up there at the top, and then you drop the devastator on split, 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 split.
Jorge Mateo to lead it off. Grounded out to short in the 3rd inning. And this one is lined toward Kemp in left center. Can't get it, and Mateo can fly. He hits the bag at second, and he puts the brakes on, and he's got a leadoff double. So Pache was able to get over there, and he actually, I think he got to the ball before it got to the wall, which, listen, ball bounces off the wall. You don't know how it's going to come off that wall.
Well, no, and if it gets to that wall, it's easily 3 for Mateo. See, Tony Kemp took a couple steps directly to his left and then realized that ball hit a lot harder He wasn't going to be able to get to it, but for Pache to be able to cut this thing off and get the ball back in, that's the only reason Mateo's hanging out at second base still.
So second hit in the game for Baltimore. And here's Cedric Mullins. Mullins taps one right side. Montas has it. So Mullins is out. He does move the runner Mateo up to third with one out.
Now batting, number 6, Ryan Mountcastle.
So go ahead, run is at third. So the A's are going to bring the infield in. The hitter will be Ryan Mountcastle.
What time to bear down if you're Frankie? Runner on third, less than 2 outs. It's punch out or pop up time. Those are the 2 results you'll be okay with. You'll take a ground ball as well, but the mindset here is swing and miss.
Mountcastle takes low. Mountcastle has lined out and hit a fly ball to center field. This young man hit 33 home runs last year for the Orioles. Knocked in 89. Former first-round pick back in 2015.
There's a lot of folks that'll tell you that maybe they feel he should have been a little higher up in the Rookie of the Year voting.
Pop-up foul. Well, those 33 home runs, 9th most by a rookie in American League history.
I mean, that's
pretty good.
Yeah, it's no easy feat. We're talking top 10 all time for everybody that strapped it on at the big league level.
He hit 255 overall. Swing and a miss. Trying to hit his second home run there. He does strike out a lot. He struck out 161 times last year. And that's what Frankie needs here. Rolled foul, stayed with the splitter.
Well, it's been a good one all night. It's got some serious depth to it tonight.
'78 pitches now for Montas. The rally towels are out tonight. His gold rally towels.
That's what fans got when they entered the gates today at the Coliseum.
Checked his swing. He did not go. Rob Drake decided on his own, the home plate umpire, that he did not go.
Take a look from the side. Get another good shot at Sean Murphy just smothering that splitter.
Fouled it off. Fastball up and in, 94 miles an hour.
If that's what they're going to decide to do with that fastball, I think that's a great spot for it, up and in.
Blocked by Murphy again, so now the count is full. The on-deck hitter is Santander.
Pretty good at bat here for Mr. Mountcastle. Another wonderful effort from Murph back there, getting around that slider. He just deadens that baseball.
Big pitch here. that one cued toward first. McKinney's coming home, and he is out. Murphy really blocked the plate. There was just not a lot of area for Mateo to slide. He tried to get his hand in there, but Murphy tagged him out.
Well, and it starts with Billy McKinney hanging in there at first base. Double clutched, but still got the throw off. And the effort from Sean Murphy at home plate. So you'll see Billy Mack right there, double clutch, but look at that leg, the right leg from Sean Murphy, or excuse me, it's the left leg. Taking away that lane and just driving Mateo the outside part of that lane.
No place to go.
Nobody home.
So 2 outs now with Mountcastle at first on the fielder's choice. And here's Santander. 0 for 2, strikeout, ground out. Pop up. Maybe a play for Murphy near his own dugout, and a basket catch. So a couple of nice plays by the Gold Glove catcher helps keep the Orioles off the board. 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
Baseball on NBC Sports California is brought to you by Toyota, the MVP of MPG. With 11 fuel-efficient hybrids to choose from, there's one for everyone. Toyota, let's go places.
1-1 game, bottom of the 6th. Opening night here in Oakland. And we got a new pitcher. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change tune-up and repair experts. It's Joey Crable. So this is appearance number 5 for Crable. 29-year-old right-hander from Seminole, Florida. First pitch in, first strike to Elvis Andrus. Andrus, a fly ball to right and a pop out to second. Five innings for Spencer Watkins. 2 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. So a pretty nice performance by Spencer Watkins.
It sure was.
Orioles looking for starting pitching. Opportunities are there.
Well, for Spencer Watkins, again, making his 2nd start of the season. He made the 10 starts last year. So he just continues to pitch like this every 5 days. I feel like he's probably a lot closer to locking up a spot than he thinks. A round of applause from Frankie Montas. Why? Because he had a front row seat for this. Just cradle it, Murph, like an egg.
You see who was there ready to help him? Former catcher Brad Ausmus.
Got room.
Get it. Just get it. He was right there. Yeah. Watch this. Who's helping out? Mark Kotze, Brad Ausmus, manager, bench coach. They get it.
Well, great mechanics as well. You don't want to get in the line of sight early.
Get your butt down.
That's it. Get down. Sean Murphy, should he end up in your lap, you're going to feel it.
To the count to Andrus. Murphy next, then McKinney here in the bottom of the 6th. Each team with 1 run, each team with 2 hits. There has not been an error made in the game. So lots of pitching so far. Orioles pitching has been good through this early part of the season. Their ERA 3.04 as a group. And that's a swing and a miss. Two strikeouts in the game for Orioles pitchers.
Well, pretty good changeup from Crable here. Right on right, right under the hands after attacking away. Elvis just a little too far out front.
Murphy a double and a fly ball to right. Orioles bullpen ERA through their first 9 games is 2.66.
Well, it feels like everybody out there is just dialing up zeros every time they take the ball.
The Orioles are concerned, though, about their best starting pitcher, John Means, the left-hander. He is on the injured list. And the reports do not sound encouraging.
No, and
could be a Tommy John situation. We don't know that for sure. That has not been announced, but that is the concern.
And that would not be great news. That's the last guy you'd like to see go down for this club.
2-2 now to Murphy.
Look to those veteran guys in the rotation to kind of set an example and show some of the younger fellas the ropes, how to go about it. Not having that veteran presence that can impact the club.
The Orioles are auditioning. There's no doubt about that. Tough stretch for them. They were a wild card team in 2016, but since then, a lot of losses. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup again.
Well, and he's moving it around, partner. That's both sides of the plate. Right-hander down and in against Elvis. This one stays away against Sean Murphy. And that is an exceptional pitch.
So back-to-back strikeouts for Joey Crable. The Orioles last year 52-110. It was tied for the worst record in the major leagues with the Arizona Diamondbacks. And it was also the Orioles' 5th straight losing season. So trying to turn the ship around.
Well, I think it's safe to say, see Brandon Hyde, skipper of the Orioles, but with players like Trey Mancini, a player like Cedric Mullins that we've highlighted, a guy on the mound like John Means, you probably feel like you've got a little something to work with there if you're an Orioles fan.
Well, it's a proud franchise. They don't like being in a down cycle, which they are right now. Strike outside corner to even the count at 2-2. Orioles have 3 World Series titles, 1966, 1970, and the last one was 1983. So that's a long time ago.
They'd like to get back to the postseason. Billy McKinney doing a wonderful job right now of waiting out Crable. Seen a changeup or two this at bat. Just looking to get one hanging.
Rolled just fouled on the first base line. Grabbed by Mountcastle. A's bullpen is quiet.
It would be nice to get another extended outing. Frankie Montas.
Is that a fish and chip situation?
I mean, if it does, it looks like an entire salmon.
Line drive, right field, and that's a hit. Billy McKinney with a 2-out signal. Hit number 4 for the A's.
That a baby Billy Mack. Have an AB. Went fishing on the first pitch of the at-bat. Little change up. And then Crable tried to continue to bait the hook, but Billy Mack said, nah, fish ain't biting. I'm going to wait for you to serve something up. You got a little breaker just kind of doing its thing there in the middle of the zone. Not much bite to it.
That'll bring up Bethancourt. Bethancourt has hit a fly ball to right field. He has grounded to third. And that pitch missed a little bit low. Well, Bethancourt is in the driver's seat at 2-0. First mound meeting. Pitcher and catcher in the game.
Well, Kai, Bethancourt just kind of gives me the feeling that at times he's going up there looking for one pitch and looking for it in one spot. And if he thinks he's getting it, he is going to let it rip. But showing some patience here. Watching Crable float that change piece up there with some frequency. Decided to wait him out.
Swing and a miss, and it was a mighty swing.
"2-0, you're thinking fastball." Nope. Put a little wrinkle in it.
Now it's 3-1.
I'd like to see Bethancourt just open those hips and clobber a changeup.
Well, he kept it away, so that's a good pitch.
You know, it just felt like Bethancourt's kind of been waiting on that pitch. And should it come middle, maybe inner third, he's going to let it eat. But well located from Crable.
Two outs. Runner goes. Ball hit hard toward Arias, the third baseman. His throw low, and it gets past Mountcastle. Here comes McKinney. They're going to wave him home, and the A's are going to grab the lead. Oh, straight E5. Mountcastle, the first baseman, tried to dig it, couldn't do it. And it rolled down the right field line. No problem for Billy McKinney to come around and score.
Well, and you can see Billy McKinney kind of hold up at second base. Just going to watch the completion of the play, realizes it kicks away, and I got to go. Bushy got the windmill cranking. McKinney comes around, scores easily, but that was it. Inning-ending ground ball right at Urias, but
so first error in the game by either team, and it is costly. Domingo Acevedo just now lightly starting to throw in the A's bullpen. Bethancourt ends up at second base, meaning at the mound comes to an end. So Joey Crable feels like he should be back in the dugout. But now he's trailing 2-1. There's a runner in scoring position for Seth Brown.
Well, this is where you got to make it hurt. And the A's, as we mentioned to you at the top of the broadcast, have been phenomenal with runners in scoring position. Another chance here for Seth Brown to tack on a little breathing room.
Missed again, and now it's 2-0. Couple of ground outs for Seth Brown. Both ground outs to the right side. Marcus DePlain starting to loosen up. So the A's have taken the 2-1 lead. Smith with Brown with a mighty swing.
Brownie looking to make it hurt.
And that one's outside, so 3-1.
No question that the changeup is the go-to pitch for Crable. Just wonder if they're deciding on it 3-1. Is Seth Brown thinking the same thing?
Not close, missed inside. So 2 on, 2 out with a run in. Here's Sheldon Noisy. So it looks like we got a pitching change with 2 on, 2 out here in the 6th. We'll be back.
The Star Wars post-game light show. Don't miss a one-of-a-kind experience at the Coliseum on Friday, April 29th. The A's host the Cleveland Guardians, and fans are invited to stay for a post-game Star Wars light show presented by 811. Catch the A's game and stay after to see 250 drones light up the sky above Mount Davis from the field. Tickets available at athletics.com. That's athletics.com.
So Crable really should have been out of the inning, but the costly error by the third baseman Urias, and that let the A's get this second run.
When as a reliever, Kipe, you'd love the opportunity to stick around, get your guy another ground ball, but Brandon Hyde and the Orioles decided to get him out of there.
So Marcos DePlain comes in. 23 games last year. This is his first appearance this year at the big league level. He was just brought up to the big leagues a couple days ago.
He had 5 appearances in AAA. It was 4 2/3 innings, allowing only 3 hits, few earned runs.
Outside to Sheldon Noisy, who has walked and singled. sliced foul right up over top the Orioles bullpen.
Well, pretty good situation for Duplan to try to earn some stripes here.
That one cued right off the end of the bat down the first base line, but foul. You hit the ball at the end of the bat, sometimes the ball does weird stuff. You could see Noisy checking down at the bottom of a bat. Maybe he's got a cup bat, I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like it.
When you catch it off the end like that, you know, it can do some funny things down towards the handle of the bat.
Some guys used the cupped bat. Why cupped, you say? Well, I was always told that it allows you to keep the length of the bat, but maybe carve out an ounce, or even if it's a half an ounce. Can make a difference to a hitter.
Well, the load of the bat as well, not as end loaded.
Toward right field, Hayes coming in, he's not going to get it. Bethancourt coming to the plate, the throw cut off, and it's 3-1. Have a night, Sheldon Noisy.
And wouldn't you know it, Kipe, Sheldon Noisy going the other way, using the opposite field once again. This is after fouling a fastball off the other way. 93 back in, trying to chase the righty in off the plate. And it looks about 1.5 inches or so in there, but Sheldon Noisy strong enough, just pop it the other way. Bethancourt hustling all the way around. That's a big 2-out knock for Sheldon Noisy.
6th RBI of the year for Noisy. Runners at the corners for Kevin Smith. So all these runs will be unearned due to the throwing error by Urias.
Well, nobody lonelier right now than that man.
Quick throw toward first, diving back. It's Noisy. Yeah, I would guess if you're Urias or any infielder that makes it costlier, you just want the inning to end.
You just want the inning to end, and you know, realistically, you'd love it if it was just another ground ball back to you.
Grounded up the middle. Odor backhands, knocks it down, picks it up, throw to first. Not in time. Run comes in to score. That's Proud, and it's 4-1. So 3 runs in here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Well, take a look at the end of this play here. Not really sure what happened with Smitty over at first. Ouch. Kind of in between whether or not he wanted to really go for a slide.
He's lucky he's not hurt.
Yes. The rare pop-up slide at first base.
The ruling is an E4. So 2 errors by the Orioles here in the 6th inning has really helped the A's. They've scored 3.
Yeah, that error, man, maybe a little tough.
A little bit of a tough error.
I think Smitty probably had that ball beat out. No play.
Doer had backhand. And it just kind of popped out of his glove.
Well, that's the thing, is not only are you in a shift, but he had the range to get to the ball. It was a backhand. Take a look. I mean, the shortstop couldn't get to it. The second baseman in a shift couldn't get to it. And with a backhand, I just don't. That's a tough error.
That's a base hit, right center field. Another run's going to come in. That's Noisy. Smith digging around second. He goes to third. Pache comes through. And now it's 5-1 A's lead.
Tagging them on. What you're seeing right now, why you just do not want to give extra outs to a big league lineup. All of a sudden, hitting starts to become contagious. Feels like everything you're throwing up there as a pitcher is finding a hole. That's how you keep the line moving.
5th RBI of the year for Pache. It's a long meeting at the mound. Home plate umpire Rob Drake going out there. He's going to break it up. Pitching coach Chris Holt. So 9th man to bat in the inning is going to be Tony Kemp. So four runs in, 3 hits, couple of errors.
We'll see Noisy right there, dropping the line for Tony Kemp. Some cutters.
Breaking ball drops in for a strike. 1-1 the count. Handshakes for Frankie.
There you go.
Tony Kemp is 0 for 2. He walked and scored back in the 1st. Smith is at 3rd. Pache at 1st. The score is 5-1, but the scoreboard here at the Coliseum says it said 3-1, and now it says 4-1, and now it says 5-1.
It sounds like some fans here took note.
They did. The fans were like, "Wait a minute, what's the score?" Strike called. Tony didn't agree. So a big inning for the A's. Acevedo still warming up, so it looks like he is going to get the 7th inning.
Well, with Acevedo having been warming since the start of the inning, I think there might have been a question whether or not should the ball game stay the way it is, if Frankie was going to be allowed to go out and maybe get an out or two and see how he was able to continue.
Mountcastle will take it, spin around, steps on the bag. Good inning for the Athletics. They take advantage of 2 costly Orioles errors. A's score 4 times.
How about Sean Murphy? It's golden, baby. Cutting off the plate from Jorge Mateo. I got it. I got it. Osmus, Kotz, you got me? We got you. Frankie loves it. We all love it. That's something that feels like it'll never wane, is the defensive effort from Sean Murphy.
And he's going to catch a new pitcher when it's time for change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. Domingo Acevedo comes in appearance number 6, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. As he faces Mancini, Odor, and Urias. Frankie Montas, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 5 strikeouts. So he is in line for W. That's going to be a base hit by Trey Mancini. So the Orioles get their leadoff man on here in the top of the 7th.
Now batting, number 12, Odor.
Well, looks like a changeup. Just never really did much of anything in Trey Mancini. Sounds like he caught it off the end of the bat. But is aboard with nobody out to lead off this 7th inning.
Odor has hit into a double play, and he has walked and scored. First pitch is right there for a strike.
Well, and aside from the last outing for Acevedo that was a little bumpy, coming into that outing against the Rays, in the 4 previous, he had punched out at least 2 in every outing. So I know some of those numbers might have jumped off the page at you, but that was just a little bumpy ride out in Toronto.
Swing and a miss by Rougned Odor. 0-2 the count. Elvis Andrus was the only infielder on the left side, and he was playing right even with the grass. Now he remains the only guy on the left side, but he shifts back to a normal shortstop spot. Touch high. Game is over in Houston. The Astros beat the Angels 8-3. Jordan Alvarez hit a couple of home runs for the Astros. And a pitch in the dirt. Odor chased it, and that's the first out.
That's nasty. Here it is, little turnover. Changeup, and Odor just waving at it. There's something I've picked up with Acevedo as well as Danny Jimenez. The way they come set, they get their pitch. Remember a fellow by the name of Yusmeiro Petit? Very similar, the way Petit would hide the ball, never really give that hitter a visual of the baseball until it's coming out of their hand.
Looks like it's working. 0-2 to Ramon Urias.
And Acevedo has a significantly longer arm swing than Yusmeiro Petit. Petit just right into the glove, seemingly from his hip. You just start painting fastballs and changeups and cutters on the outside.
Well, I think that hiding of the baseball was a huge part of Yusmeiro Petit's success, because he wasn't throwing 95 miles an hour. He was throwing 88, 89. But every pitch came out of the same slot, and you hide the ball. It's a good combination.
Very good.
Two and 2 to Urias. Outfielders push toward right field, and that one is lined against the shift. Kemp has to really hustle over. Mancini's going to try for third. He's going to make it as Kemp throws the ball back in. So just as we said, the A's shifted over to toward right. It meant Kemp was really in left center. So he had to hustle a long ways just to get that ball, make sure it didn't get past him.
Well, that's what allows Mancini to go first to third here. I think Urias just wants a shot to do some damage, try to help his team fight back into this thing. You can see the ground that Tony Kemp has to cover. And even with that play in front of him, Trey Mancini says, yeah, third base, no problem.
First and third, one out for Austin Hayes, who doubled in a run in the fifth. You know how when you're a youngster, Dallas, Little League, maybe a little older than that, they always tell you Zach Jackson's going to get loose. They always tell you if you're on base, just turn around and look where the outfielders are playing.
Check them out.
And that's why you would do that. Mancini knew that Kemp was way off the line.
Well, and it's also just a reminder, picking up the defensive positioning, but whose arm is where. And if you got a guy that you feel like might not possess the greatest throwing arm, and you feel like, all right, maybe an extra 90 feet here I can take, really challenge a guy.
High fastball, and now it's 1-2.
Well, you see the way Hayes is stepping towards right field. He's got no shot at that fastball up and in or close to the hands, even close to the body line. It's like he's cutting himself off from being able to get to a pitch away, which is what excuse me.
That is a foul ball, bounced toward third. So we'll reset and do it again.
Well, you like to see that from Kevin Smith, because the last thing you want to do is umpire on your own and make a decision that this ball was foul and not throw it. And then all of a sudden you hear fair, run scores, two guys on. It's no fun. That's for the kids at home who might hear don't umpire. That's what that means. Play it through. Don't make the decision yourself.
Urias, good lead at first. Not going anywhere. And that ball's hit high, right, shallow. Brown comes in. Brown has it. Here comes Mancini. The throw to the plate is there, and Murphy tags him out. Seth Brown set himself, made a great throw, and again Murphy blocked the plate. Nowhere to go for the base runner. So the Orioles do not score.
Atta baby Brownie. Set it up nicely, get behind it, come on through it. Murph put up the doorstop. Nay, nay.
The A's leading the Orioles. So great way to end the top of the seventh.
Where you put people on their feet. Acevedo loves it.
Bunted in the air, but foul. So Seth Brown set himself up nicely, and he made a nice one-hop throw. And again, Murphy just parked right there. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. Keegan Aiken making his third appearance. No walks, 4 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings. High fastball, foul back. So Grin is on the left, and Sam Selman is on the right. Odor backs up and he grabs it. So 1 away. Odor with a little chuckle for his former double play partner. They played together a lot.
Yeah,
Texas Rangers.
Very familiar with each other.
So with 1 out, Sean Murphy will hit. Murphy with a mighty swing fouls it deep down the right field line.
Yeah, Sean Murphy putting on a clinic tonight at the dish. Home Protection 101 brought to you by Sean Murphy.
Good luck trying to find home. Yeah. Good luck getting home.
Nope. Yeah, Sean Murphy is to the Orioles base runners what bad Wi-Fi is to your Garmin.
So 0-2 the count to Murphy, who is 1 for 3 with a double. Another foul ball.
Keegan Aiken coming in and letting it rip.
The Orioles in their bullpen. 3 lefties, 8 righties. And he gets Murphy swinging. So Murphy got some good hacks. Comes up short there.
Well, you guys looking for a place to get your group together and have some fun? Look no further. Check out the A's newly renovated hospitality spaces. Golden Road Landing out there in left field. Got the Budweiser Hero Deck out in right. And the Coppola Theater boxes right behind home plate. So get your group together. Come on out to a ball game this summer. Scan the QR code and visit athletics.com/groups to learn more.
Billy McKinney swings and misses, so a quick 0-2 to McKinney. Those seats look comfortable.
They did, didn't they? Good place to take in a ball game.
Billy McKinney is 1 for 3. His hit in the 6th inning came with 2 outs, nobody on, and it started the 4-run inning. Santander, a long run, and it'll bounce right in front of the A's bullpen.
See the expansive area that Santander had to cover.
Good swing by McKinney. Fouls it straight back. The crowd tonight announced at 17,503. They are bundled up. A little pop up. Behind the tarp.
See ya.
We've said many times, don't go back there because who knows what's going on. Don't do it. Don't. You don't want to know. It's like Noah's Ark back there.
Well, you liable, a bit of everything. Liable to come back out of there with a tail. You just don't do it.
Breaking ball hit up the middle. That's Mateo, the shortstop. And that is a 3-up, 3-down inning for Keegan Aiken. 8th inning coming up.
The plate presented by Tahoe Blue Vodka. Brisket in the banjo man, Swerve and Cole Irvin, and the skipper, Mark Kotze. Beautiful day at the ballpark. Great to see the fans. Great to feel the love for our man, Ray Fosse.
So it is the top of the 8th inning. He's 5-1 cushion. Grimm pumps a fastball in there, and Bemboom fouls it back. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. It's your trusted oil change tune-up and repair expert. So the veteran Justin Grimm comes in for appearance number 4. He's given up a run in 3 innings of work, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Trying to find his spot in the A's bullpen.
Well, slowly but surely, it'll all start to shake out.
Bemboom is struck out, and he has grounded out. Remember, the A's closer Lou Trevino placed on the COVID-19 IL list today, as was Pinder and Lowry. Piscotty's already on there.
Yeah,
so A's are a little banged up right now.
Just trying to kind of piece it together a little bit.
And the thing with that is you don't know how long it's going to last.
Well, that's it. So once again, we're back at the taking advantage of the shots that you get.
Hit hard but foul, so the count stays 2-2. Pickett,
boy, down on a knee, watch it in.
So another 2-2 to Bemboom. Line shot, backhanded, throw to first, and they got him. Kevin Smith went down to a knee, wrestled with it a little bit.
Well, I think at first glance, he thought he might have had it. Take another look. Tell me what you think.
It had some action on it too.
Oh, it did. It was knuckling and kind of fading away from Kevin Smith.
So 1 away, and here's Jorge Mateo.
That kind of ground ball, Kipe, is a ground, and you know this. That's a ball. It's not even a ground ball. It's smoked right at you.
And
you
almost starts to sink.
Well, and you almost say to yourself, oh God, because you're not really sure what's going to happen.
Yeah, you don't know if it's going to hit the ground. Mateo is 1 for 2. He doubled in the 6th. Was thrown out at the plate trying to score on a fielder's choice, but later in that inning. Curveball 1-2. Grimm kind of looked away after he threw it. Maybe not where he wanted to place it, but he still got a swing through.
Well, he got away with it. And you figure for Grimm, he's just trying to find that happy medium between the slider he threw previous pitch and that one.
Mateo lays off that one. This is the Jorge Mateo who was in the A's organization for a while. Remember, he came over from the Yankees in that big Sonny Gray deal. He's got Mateo, Dustin Fowler, and James Kaprielian for Sonny Gray. And then the A's traded him to the Padres 3 years later. And he did get to the big leagues with the Padres. And then he was grabbed off waivers by the Orioles from the Padres last August. Strike 3 called, and it looks like Mateo knew it. He was headed back to the dugout even before home plate umpire Rob Drake made the call.
Well, he's sitting on spin. That's exactly what that tells you. He was looking for the curveball, did not get it.
So 2 away, and now to the top of the order, Cedric Mullins. If you're playing the Orioles, it's a good night if you can keep Cedric Mullins quiet. He can be a very, very disruptive player.
Well, he's the party starter.
Three groundouts today for Mullins. Mullins last year hit .291. He had 30 homers, 37 doubles, 5 triples, and 30 stolen bases. Became the first Baltimore Oriole to ever have a 30-30 season. That's how good he was. And he was an all-star. Right center. It's a long run for Pache and Brown. Brown near the wall, and it's off his glove. Brown falls down. Pache's got to chase after it. And Mullins is going to stop at third with a triple. Well, the good news is Seth Brown is up.
Now batting, number 6, Ryan Mountcastle.
Well, Kai, these balls get tough to track the closer they get out there to that wall. And you'll be able to tell why. You can see starts to get a little shady out there. But Brownie hitting that track and coming in at an angle. You can see him chopping his steps, starting to sense the wall. Thank goodness it wasn't a collision between he and Pache out there.
So a 2-out triple, and here's Ryan Mountcastle, who takes a first pitch strike. Mountcastle 0 for 3. High and foul. There's a ball loose out in left field. Zach Jackson is just starting to warm up again, and he just zipped one all the way to the warning track.
Willen Castillo.
Oh, 2 the count. Grimm trying to keep Mullins at third. Sharp breaking ball by Grimm. Justin Grimm right over the top.
Not a bad arm angle when you're taking a look at that big curveball he's got. You come back with that fastball. Again, that combination of vertical movement and deception on those 2 pitches. Fastball, curveball out of the same tunnel.
Fastball misses badly to even the count, 2-2. Montas went 6. Acevedo Pitched the 7th, and now Grimm here in the 8th. Breaking ball got him. That was a good breaking ball by Grimm. So Mullins is stranded at third, bottom of the 8th. Coming up on opening night, the A's leading 5-1. Tonight's game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 1-5-2 for the Orioles, and those 2 errors very, very costly. The A's 5-5-0. Frankie Montas went 6 innings, so he has a chance to pick up his 2nd win. Sheldon Noisey's got a couple of hits. And again, the 2 errors by the Orioles happened in the bottom of the 6th inning. And all 4 runs in that inning by the A's, which turned a 1-1 game into a 5-1 game, all 4 of those runs were unearned. So very, very costly.
And it just doesn't matter what the makeup of the lineup looks like, whether it's veteran or filled with rookies. You just can't give away outs. You can't do it.
Well, we saw it happen to the A's on Sunday in Toronto. They made 2 errors, cost them 2 unearned runs, and they lost 4-3.
And all things considered, there's a couple of ball games on that road trip that the A's feel like they probably should have won.
It's going to be Odor, the 2nd baseman, who makes the catch. 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Keegan Aiken, the left-hander, stays out there as he had a 3-up, 3-down bottom of the 7th. Game 2 of the series tomorrow night. Cole Irvin's going to pitch for the Athletics. 6:40 first pitch. A's pregame live comes your way at 6. So join us for that. Night game again on Wednesday with Dalton Jeffries. And then on Thursday, it's a day game. And Paul Blackburn's going to pitch. Brown hits it hard, but it's right into the glove of Santander. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting, number 26.
And the Texas Rangers will be here. Rangers off to a little bit of a slow start, though. They're off today. They will be in Seattle Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then they will be here in Oakland. But the Rangers right now not playing great baseball. They're 2-7.
And not quite how the Rangers thought 2022 was going to unfold.
High pop-up. Shallow center. Mullins has it. So that's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Quick inning, bottom of the 8th. So we're headed to the 9th. See if the A's can wrap up and get the W.
Get ready for baseball back in Oakland. Single game tickets are on sale right now, and you can grab your friends, grab your family, doesn't matter. But you need to join us for some fun this season. Get your tickets for the biggest games, fireworks, drone light shows, giveaways, and more. Tickets start at just $15. So find your seats at athletics.com today.
5-1, the A's lead, top of the 9th inning, trying to get their 6th win of the year. Jump back over the 500 mark. Danny Jimenez is going to see if he can get these final 3 outs as he'll face Santander, Mancini, and Odor. Good start for Danny Jimenez. He's got a save. He's got a win. Giving up just 1 hit, 5 strikeouts in 4 innings of work. And what you'll see from Jimenez is he's got a great breaking ball.
Sure does.
Curveball or slider?
Curveball.
Curveball. And he is not afraid to snap it off.
No. And that's the thing is he can shape it a little differently, right? And that's what makes it special. That's what makes it tough.
There it was, but it's low. So 2-0 the count.
Sometimes, you know, you're looking at the scouting report and you see curveball and you might have a shape in your mind, but then you get up to the plate and it doesn't quite fit that same bill. That's why we talk about these big league hitters and their Rolodex of release point, movement, spin. These are all things that they start to refer to when they hear scouting reports. They start to try to find a comp in their head. All right, you're telling me it's got some arm side run, a little bit of sink.
Now batting.
What does that look like?
Number 16.
Well, they've probably faced a guy or two that has similar traits. So then they get up there, they get a feel for what it looks like physically, and they're able to just add some more data to that Rolodex.
So a leadoff walk, and here's Trey Mancini. Jimenez could not find the strike zone to Santander. Mancini takes way outside, not close. So Murphy comes out. He'll have a quick chat with Danny Jimenez. Maybe a little help from Elvis Andrus.
Well, what's nice about having a 14-year vet there at the shortstop spot is he can come in there and just kind of have that, hey, fill up the strike zone. Let us go to work behind you. Let's get some outs here. You can just have that little conversation.
And he does fill up the strike zone with a strike, 1-1. Trey Mancini tonight, a walk, a strikeout, and a base hit. Bounces it to third, but foul.
And I'll say this much about Jimenez here in the ninth inning, because we've seen him in the ninth inning before. You let the folks know at home. He's already got the save under his belt, but it could be a matter of just continuing to prepare an individual to pitch later in the ball game, high leverage scenarios.
And Mancini could not hold up. 9 strikeouts for A's pitchers tonight.
Well, partner, I wasn't sure if this was on the swing or on the call.
Looks like it was on the call, don't you?
Well, either
Could have
way.
been either way.
Yeah, it was going to be a double if Mancini barreled it. I think that frustration will let you know that Trey probably knows he went as well.
So here's Odor, and he takes the first pitch on the inside corner for a strike, and he is not happy about it, so he'll go for a little walk. Odor has hit into a double play. He has walked and scored, and he has struck out. So 0 for 2. Both teams with just 5 hits, so 10 hits total. Missed again, 2-1.
Well, it was a well-pitched ball game between the two starters. Spencer Watkins getting through 5. Just 1 run. Frankie Montas on the flip side of that. 6 innings, 2 hits allowed, just the 1 run.
Missed inside, 3-1. Well, the Orioles have missed the 5 hits, but 2 of them are doubles, and they also have a triple. Got to throw a strike here, and Jimenez does, and the ball skied to shallow center, and Pache comes all the way in. And right at the last minute, he called off Elvis Andrus.
Boy, you see Elvis and Pache having a little talk about it. Elvis was just kind of waiting for Pache as he turned around like, hey, man, I can cover some ground.
Pache came a long way.
He sure did.
Elvis had it, I think, but so 2 outs.
Well, there's Elvis. Hey, what's going on, man? Go ahead and cover it, young fella.
Here's Arias. Last hope for the Orioles as the A's trying to take game 1. Ball's fouled right side. So the home opener almost in the books. Game's almost over, and that youngster got a foul ball.
Psyched. I mean, foul ball with 1 out to go.
Swing and a miss. Now it's 0-2. So the crowd, everybody will rise to their feet. And then it is checks. Down and away. Montas, Acevedo, Grimm, and now Jimenez. Ball's hit up the middle, and that's a base hit. So Arias has his 2nd hit. But now you got to make sure you get this guy to keep the tying run from coming to the plate.
You are right, partner.
Always something to worry about.
Well, there is.
He's got Emerson out.
Wimlo's just kind of telling him right now, look, we got to get ahead early. Enough nibbling. You've got the lead. You've got a cushion.
So here's Austin Hayes. His 2-out double in that 5th inning scored Odor for the Orioles' only run. First pitch is a fastball. It came right at him. So a little velocity, pitch a little bit up, and Hayes maybe a little tardy.
Yeah, for me, I don't know that Hayes would see much away aside from effect. Just the way it looks like he's diving out over, crowd him in.
like that, but it's going to be a base hit to right field. Santander's going to be held, so the bases are loaded. 2 outs. And the tying run is going to come to the plate.
Well, it's a good pitch, well executed, up and in, but Austin Hayes just fighting it off. Finds a hole. Orioles got a little something going here late. 2 outs.
So Adam Kolarek starts to throw. Bemboom is looking in the dugout. He's figuring, I'm going to get pinch hit for it, right? And now it looks like he is. The Orioles have 4 right-handed hitters on their bench. They do not have a left-handed hitter on their bench. So McKenna is going to hit. He's hitting for Bemboom. First pitch. Check swing strike. Ryan McKenna. Santander, Urias, Hayes are the runners. No swing as McKenna just able to hold up.
Ooh, that is very close.
McKenna does not have a hit this year. Well, at that time, so he can't lay off. He's pretty eager on that breaking ball.
And I don't know that he's going to see anything close to the plate.
So 1-2 the count with the bases loaded here in the 9th. Tried it in the dirt. This time McKenna, well, he's seen enough of that pitch now. He was able to lay off.
Well, there's a difference between making it presentable to an extent and then just non-competitive, and that one probably closer to non-competitive.
Here it is. Did he go? Yes, he did. Fastball in. McKenna could not hold up. And Jimenez gets out of the jam. And the A's get a win for their home opener tonight at the Coliseum. So your time of game was 2 hours and 59 minutes. The attendance tonight for the home opener was 17,503. And the A's back over 500. They get to 6-5 as they defeat the Orioles tonight. Final score: the Athletics 5 and the Orioles 1. Time now for A's post-game live. It is presented by Toyota. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.